All right, here we go. Just in the nick of time. Braden Buchanan lit it off here for the VANDEGRIFT Vipers. And swinging on the first pitch as the Vipers get ready to take on the Hayes Hawks. Welcome back to Dripping Springs High School. Merle Bertrand here for game number 2 of our Hill Country Tournament Classic doubleheader. We'll get settled in here as we go. Kind of rearrange things a little bit. Still tweaking it, trying to get it all lined up. And Buchanan rips that one into left field for a base hit. On an 0-1 pitch to lead it off for the Vipers. So a good start. And that'll bring up Gavin Shaddix. Still trying to tweak our camera here to get it underneath the awning as much as we can. Might be a little crooked, but I think you can see everything here. Our scoreboard's backwards. The Vipers are the visitors in this one. And they're called strike 1 to Shaddix. I'll see if I can get that fixed. It might take a while. Needed about 5 more minutes. And they got him picked off at first. And they're going to get him on the 1-3-6 pickoff to retire Buchanan for route number 1. And the count remains 0-1 here to Shaddix. That one ripped fouled on the third base side, and the count quickly 0-2. That one misses outside, 1-2. That ball down to third and scooped up. The throw is in time. The 5-3 put out. Nice job by the Hayes third baseman, Thimel Lopez, over to Becca Raymond for the put out. And there are 2 away for Landon Thomason. So 2 outs, bases empty. And a pitch up high, ball 1. Little number over to the left side, and the 2-0 pitch scooped up by the pitcher, and the throw to first is in time. A 1-3 put out on a 2-0 count to retire Thomason. And the Vipers have done an order here in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom half of the first inning. VANDEGRIFT nothing. And Hayes coming up to bat. So the scramble on the start. But we're under the awning and we're dry. Thank you again to the Booster Club for getting the awning out here for us. That first game was awful soggy until they got that set up. By the time I got my lineups and all that kind of stuff, I had to scramble to move the camera to get it from underneath the awning. And launch the broadcast and realize I've got my scoreboard reversed. So we'll try to get a new one with VANDEGRIFT on top. But in any event, we'll go to the bottom half of the first inning. Again, my name is Merle Bertrand. Tournament baseball, you never know what you're going to get. Happy to be with you here at Dripping Springs High School. The Vipers come in at 2-0 on the season after opening with a 3-1 win over Comal Canyon yesterday, and then knocking off the host Tigers here in the early game by a similar or identical 3-1 score. Hayes comes in, I believe, 1-1. They won their first game and then lost badly last night to Dripping Springs in 5 innings, 14-1. Batting order for the Hayes Hawks here. Alex Montiel, the shortstop, to lead it off. Cooper Ginn, the second baseman, batting second. Trey Webb, the catcher, batting third. Beck Raymond, the first baseman, in the cleanup spot. John Casares, the DH, for the starting pitcher, Cullen Lee, batting fifth. Sebastian Montiel, the right fielder, batting sixth. Trey Vasquez out in left field, batting seventh. Alex Villalobos in center field, batting eighth. And Thimel Lopez, who made that nice play, the third baseman, batting ninth for the Hawks. Defensive set for the Vipers. Much different look this time, as you would expect to see late in game number 3 of a tournament. The outfield, left to right, Jack Nelson, Peyton Grimm, and Cade Cunningham getting the start. Infield, third to first, is Landon Thomason, Simon Baker, Gavin Shaddix, and M.D. Connor. Connor moving over to first base. Thomason, who's normally playing first base, over to third. Hudson Lilly getting the start behind the plate for the Vipers. And the first pitch from Dylan Mulcahy is low and away, ball one. And we're underway in the bottom half of the first inning. Montiel leading it off for Hayes. The pitch down low, ball two. Outside corner, strike one. 2 balls and a strike. Thanks to the coach, Les Clary, back at the Comfy Cozy Vype Live Studios, taking over from Nathan Nunez, keeping an eye and an ear on our broadcast here this afternoon, making sure that we're staying on the air and looking and sounding as good as we possibly can in 35-degree weather. Two balls, 2 strikes to Montiel. Down low, ball 3. Huge thanks again to Stephen Miller and the Vandergrift Baseball Booster Club for getting a tint out here for us in the early game this morning. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Montiel's out on strikes for out number 1.
Next up, number 2, Cooper Ginn.
That'll bring up second baseman Cooper Ginn with 1 out and the bases empty. I think our tech folks sent me a new scoreboard. Let's see if I can get it downloaded here for you real quick. That pitch up high, ball 1 to Cooper Ginn. That pitch misses in the count 2-0. Down low, 3-0. Swinging on 3-0, and he swings through and gets the foul tip. 3-1 the count. Outside corner, strike 2. My first look at Dylan Mulcahy, and so far so good. Three-two pitch, lifted in the air to the right side, giving chase and making the catch in foul territory is Cade Cunningham for out number 2. The 2 outs, base is empty, and that will bring up Trey Webb, the catcher. Pitch down low, ball 1. Strike at the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cedar Park and Liberty Hill girls basketball regional final 32-25 in favor of Cedar Park, as that's in there for a strike 1 and 2. Trying to see if that game is final or not. Swing and a miss, strike 3. They put on the tag and the inning is over. So 1, 2, 3, nothing across. We'll go to the top half of the second inning. I'm just going to step aside and swap out my scoreboard and be right back. Vandegrifft Vipers Baseball and Vype Live. Boom, just like that. Thank you to Josh W. I say Josh W. because his name has about 27 consonants in it, but he's able to whip up a new scoreboard for us and send it over to me. So now we're correct. We go to the top half of the second inning. Score stays the same. No score here. And with our camera in the right place and the correct scoreboard, I'll give you the Viper batting order. You saw in the top of the first inning, Braden Buchanan, our DH, Gavin Shattuck's the second baseman, Landon Thompson over at third base. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up here for the Vipers in the second. M.D. Connor over at first base batting cleanup. Hudson Lilly behind the plate batting fifth. Jack Nelson out in left field batting sixth. Cade Cunningham, the right fielder, batting seventh. Simon Baker, the shortstop, batting eighth. And Peyton Grimm, the center fielder for this ball game, batting in the ninth spot. So Buchanan, Shaddix, Thomason, Connor, Lilly, Nelson, Cunningham, Baker, Grimm, the batting order for the Vandegrifft Vipers. Defense is set for the Hayes Hawks. Outfield left to right, Trey Vasquez, Alex Villalobos, and Sebastian Montiel, the outfield left to right. Thimel Lopez, Alex Montiel, Cooper Ginn, and Beck Raymond, the infield third to first. Trey Webb behind the plate, and Cullen Lee with the first pitch of inning number 2. Almost got a piece of M.D. O'Connor, misses inside, ball 1. That one fouled back. And the count 1-1 to Connor. Thank you, Les. The Cedar Park score heading into the fourth quarter between Cedar Park and Liberty Hill girls basketball regional final. The winner moves to the state tournament. Swing and a miss, strike 2. They're district mates. They played twice in the regular season. Cedar Park winning by 25 and 28 points respectively. So Liberty Hill putting up a fight, as you would expect, with the state berth on the line. That game also on Vype Live. That pitch misses down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Connor. Speaking of Liberty Hill, we'll have Liberty Hill baseball joining the fray again in the spring. Starting up next week. 2-2 pitch. Chopper to the right side. Scooped up, and the throw to first in time from Jen Raymond. The 4-3 put out, 2 away.
Number 15, Hudson Lilly.
That'll bring up Hudson Lilly with 1 out here in this second inning. He shows bunt, gets it down, pretty good bunt. Pitcher coming on, the throw to first, throws it away out in the right field. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Lily's going to move up to second and hold up right there. I'm not sure what the official score will be, but I'm going to rule that one a bunt, single, and an error.
Next up for the Vipers, number 7, Jack Nelson.
So Lily at second base. Actually, a courtesy runner going to come in here for Vandegrifft.
In to run, number 13, Clayton Moore.
That'll be Clayton Moore. Going to be using a pinch runner here, or pinch runner here, I should say. Getting a break from his full-time duties. As Jack Nelson steps in. Started last night's game, used in spot duty in the earlier game against Dripping Springs. He shows bunt and pushes it over to the left side. That's a beautifully placed bunt. They're not even going to throw it. He beats it out for a single. The Vipers playing small ball. Runners at the corners with the one away. And that'll bring up Cade Cunningham. Other basketball action, St. Michael's in the TAPS third-round playoffs, their regional playoffs. Their girls' team lost earlier today to Second Baptist. Their boys' team trailing Woodlands Christian started the fourth quarter 27-23 on Vype Live. Here's Nelson. Runners off. Bunts through, strike one, and throw down to second base. They got him, caught stealing. Beautiful throw by Trey Webb. The Vipers without the double steal. Nelson caught stealing for out number 2 in the count 0-1 now to Cunningham. With Clayton Moore still standing on third base. High and away, ball one. Always an interesting time of year. Baseball getting underway, basketball playoffs. We've got some soccer, had some soccer this morning in the greater Houston area. I see fans grabbing the umbrella, so I'm glad we got the awning up now. Swing and a miss. Strike two. It's starting to rain. This isn't a drizzle. This is a rain. I saw a 60% chance of rain at about 3 o'clock, sure enough. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cunningham. Down low, 2-2. Supposed to fade away within the next hour. We'll see if we can get this one in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cunningham is out on strikes. Vipers put runners at the corners with 1 away. Can't do anything with it. And we'll go to the bottom half of the second inning. Still no score. Vandegrifts Vipers baseball on Vype Live.
Become a Vype Insider today. Access breaking news in high school sports. Enjoy premium articles and exclusive coverage written by expert analysts, and watch exclusive videos, documentaries on programs in your area. It's only $2.99 a month if you subscribe for the monthly plan. If you go for the yearly plan, it rounds out to just $1.99 a month. It costs you only $24 a year to get all of your Vype news throughout the entire year. Subscribe today. What are you waiting for? It's less than a cup of coffee a month. Become a Vype Insider. $2.99 a month, $23.99 for the whole year. Hey, it's Vype. We will see you at the games.
Welcome back to Dripping Springs. We move to the bottom half of the second inning. 4, 5, and 6 hitters are up here for the Hayes Hawks. Still takes some getting used to for us old-timers, but that's okay. Raymond Casares and Montiel due up for Hayes. Of course, Vandegrift and Hayes spent, I think it was 4 years as district mates together. Pretty cool ballpark down there next to Bob Shelton Stadium in Buda. So here's Raymond stepping in for the first time and takes that pitch in there for a call, strike 1. Waves with that off speed. Way out in front of it. The count quickly 0-2. Man, I like what I see from these Vipers so far this year. Down low, ball 2. Daniel Farrow, 4 strong innings. He's expected to be the ace. You expect that. MD Connor coming in, closing out the game last night with 3 strong innings. 1-2 pitch. Sky high fly ball to the right side. And good communication. You may have been able to pick it up there. The Vipers talking to each other. Cade Cunningham calling off the infield like he's supposed to do. Hauls it in for out number 1. And John Cazares will step in the DH with 1 away. Connor Freeman with 5 strong innings of work in the first game. Austin Spiels came in, pitched a solid inning. Just misses outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Simon Baker also finished pitching a solid inning. So a number of pitchers getting in, all looking good. That bodes well. The defense has been solid so far. Timely hitting. Good start to the season. I thought the count was 2-2, but nope, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike here to Cazares. Now it's 3-2. Is that pitch in there at the knees for called strike? Email's open, voiceofthevipers@gmail.com. All one word, plural, voiceofthevipers@gmail.com. Give a shout out to your favorite player on either side. Lifted foul down the right field line. And it gets out of play. A lot of room in foul territory here at Tigers Field. Beautiful facility here on the campus of Dripping Springs High School. I remember coming out here years ago when VANDEGRIFT and Dripping Springs were in the same district and playing the games over at a city park on the other side of town. That one fouled off of Cazares. 320 feet to the foul poles, 375 to dead away center field. Three balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Just a little low, ball 4. Okay, he wanted the call, doesn't get it.
Next up, number 11, Sebastian Montiel.
And the Hawks have their first base runner. Sebastian Montiel, the right fielder, will step in. We're going to get a runner here for Cazares.
Number 14 in to run.
Ashby, the runner, over at first. Pitch a little high and inside, ball 1 to Montiel. Fake like he was going to go, stays put, the pitch a little outside, and the count 2-0. Heavy drizzle to a light rain. Not pleasant, whatever it is. There goes the runner on 2-0. Hit and run. Rip fouled on the first base side. And Ashby will head back to first base, and the count now 2-1 to Montiel. Playing baseball and football weather, that's for sure. 2 balls and a strike. Fouled straight back. I would have had it if that net had gotten in the way. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. They got the runner hung up to throw down. They might have a chance. They got him! Strike him out, throw him out. Beautiful throw by Hudson Lilly, and a nice tag put on by Simon Baker. And that's the end of the inning. So Montiel strikes out, and a beautiful throw by Lilly, catching his first game of the year. And the 2-6 caught stealing retires the side. So in the inning for the Hawks, no runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We played through 2. We'll go to the 3rd. Still no score. You're watching Vandegrifft Vipers Baseball on Vype Live. Welcome back to Dripping Springs. Merle Bertrand here at the ballpark with you. Les Clary back at the comfy, cozy Vype Live studios, better known as his man cave, as we go to the top half of the 3rd inning. Eight, 9, and 1 hitters due up here for Vandegrifft. Simon Baker to lead it off.
Number 3, Simon Baker.
First pitch to Baker, in there for a called strike 1. 20 pitches unofficially through the first 2 innings for Cullen Lee. Swing and a miss, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Off speed, floats up high, ball 1. That ball popped up in shallow center field. It's going to drop in there for a base hit. So Baker drops one in. The Vipers have the leadoff runner aboard, and that'll bring up Peyton Grimm.
Number 18, Peyton Grimm.
There goes the runner. Another throw. They throw down to second base, and they got another one. Boy, these catchers have dates for dinners. They are cutting down base runners on the base path. Another nice throw from Trey Webb. And Baker is out, caught stealing for out number 1. No balls in the strike now to Peyton Grimm with 1 out, and the base is empty. Pushes it foul on the first base side, and the count quickly now 0-2. And fouled that one off of his foot. Count remains 0-2 to Grimm, getting the start in center field for this 3rd game of the season. That one hops up to the plate, slipped out of the hands of Lee, and the count goes to 1-2. One-two pitch. Waves at that one for strike 3. 2 up, 2 down. Back to the top of the order to go to Braden Buchanan, who ripped a leadoff single.
Back to the top, number 5, Braden Buchanan.
Looks at that pitch down low, ball 1. One-0 pitch. That one floats high inside, ball 2. Cedar Park holds off Liberty Hill 50-37 in the Region 4 championship. 2-0 pitch. That ball slapped up the center for a base hit, and Buchanan is 2 for 2 in the ball game.
Number 10, Gavin Shattuck.
That'll bring up Gavin Shaddix. Grounded out 5-3 back in the first inning. So congratulations to the Cedar Park Lady Timberwolves, their 61st straight win. Number 1 in the state. 3rd longest winning streak in the nation. They'll return to the state tournament for the 2nd straight year. Liberty Hill gave them a fight. It's the closest game Cedar Park has had in quite a while. And that ball squirts away from the catcher Webb. And Buchanan will move down to second base. Two outs, runner at second. The challenge is keeping the baseballs dry. It's just that soaking mist. One ball, no strikes. Way outside, ball 2. Two-0 pitch. Down low, ball 3. Three balls, no strikes. Time is called. Ooh, and that one hit him. And moving down to third is going to be Buchanan. So 2 outs. Vipers have runners at the corners for the 2nd straight inning. That'll bring up Landon Thomason. Thomason 0 for 1, grounded out to the pitcher in the first inning on a pretty well-hit ball, actually. There goes the runner off first, swinging a miss, strike 1, no throw. And an uncontested stolen base for Shaddix. Puts runners at second and third with 2 away. Strike 1, the count to Thomas. Down low, ball 1. One pitch. That one's knocked down by the third baseman. He's going to make the long throw to first. Not in time, and the Vipers have a 1-0 lead. Good hustle down the line by Thomason. I'm not sure I did and knocked the end cap. I thought I saw something come flying off the tip of that bat. The end cap came off the bat. Buchanan retreats it, but he got enough on it. A rocket shot. Lopez knocked it down, but couldn't recover the throw in time. Buchanan comes in to score the first run of the ball game. And it's 1-0 Vandegrift. Runner still at the corners here with 2 away, with NB Connor stepping in. Here's Connor grounded out the second. Toss over to first. Runner just does dive back. Pitch up high, ball 1 to Connor. I'm not sure what the official ruling was on that ground ball by Thompson. I ruled it an error. Third baseman was able to get a glove on it and make it close. So it should have been a put out, but we'll take the run. 1-0 your score. Down low. And a nice job by Webb keeping in front of that one, but unable to prevent Thompson from moving down to second base. So 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes to Connor. With runners at second and third here, now 2 away. Shattuck's at third, Thompson at second. A little confusion on the count. The scoreboard had 2 and 2. I had 2 and 0. They put 2 and 1 on the scoreboard after conferring with all the coaches. So it looks like it is 2 balls and a strike. I was right the first time. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Now it's 2 and 1 as that pitch floats across the inside corner. I get to be right twice a day according to my wife, so I just burned one right there. Two balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Pulled the string. Connor tried to lay off of it long enough. Two and 2, 2 out here in the second. 1 hops up to the plate, and the count goes full. First base is open. Hudson Lilly on deck. Full count pitch. And time is called. I'll tell you what, when these guys are breathing, you can see their breath, and it doesn't just disappear. It hangs in the air for 3 or 4 feet. It is cold and wet down there. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. The pitch. In there, called strike 3, and he knew it. Good pitch. And the inning is over. No, I was wrong. I'm sorry. That's Dylan McKay still out here. Still getting used to some of the guys that I didn't see last year. So Dylan Mulcahy on for his third inning of work. Nelson, Grimm, Cunningham, the outfield left to right. Thomason, Baker, Shaddix, Connor, the infield third to first. Hudson Lilly, who's already thrown out one runner behind the plate. Dylan Mulcahy on for his third inning of work. Facing the bottom of the order here for the Hawks, Trey Vasquez, the left fielder, to lead it off, followed by Villalobos and then Lopez. Up high, ball 2. Just a little low. Could have been called a strike, but wasn't. In the count 3-0. Taken all the way on 3-0. That one's in there for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike to Vasquez. And that one brushes him off the plate, and Vasquez draws the leadoff walk. That'll bring up Alex Villalobos.
Step number 16, Alex Villalobos.
Villalobos, I guess the correct pronunciation. My apologies. Runner at first, nobody out here for the Hawks in the bottom of the third. He shows bunt, and in there for call strike 1 as he tried to bunt. Shows bunt again, bunts through it again, strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Temperature has dropped a degree, now 37 degrees. Humidity 99%, no kidding. Oh, nice wheel and turn. But getting back in there was Vasquez. Okay, trying to catch him napping as he drifted off of first base. 0-2 pitch. In there, called strike 3, curveball at the letters, 1 away. Strikeout number 4 for Dylan Mulcahy. 1 out now. That'll bring up Thimo Lopez.
Number 6, Thimo Lopez.
Tossed over to first, runner back. Let's remember these 37-degree days when it's April and May and already 95. There goes the runner and pushes him back to throw down to second. They've got a chance. Oh, this time they call him safe. Pretty good throw by Hudson Lilly. Baker trying to apply the tag, but a good slide by Vasquez, and he sneaks in under the tag, stolen base. And the count should be 1-1 to Lopez. Umpire's going to talk about this. So we'll double check the count. 1 ball, no strikes to Lopez. Runner at second. Shows bunt, bunts it up in the air. Foul out of play to the right side, and the count evens up. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1. The count to Lopez, third baseman for the Hawks. Throws bunt, bunts it foul, strike two. One and two the count. Ground ball right side. And nicely done there by MD Connor, fielding that on the short hop, taking it himself. 3 unassisted for out number 2. On the play, Vasquez does move up over to third base. So with 2 outs now, we go back to the top of the order, and Alex Montiel will step in with the tying run 90 feet away. Montiel struck out to start the ball game in the bottom of the first inning. Good pitch there across the outside corner, strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Swing and a miss, strike three, and the inning is over. So the Hawks get a runner over to third base following the leadoff walk, but it doesn't hurt the Vipers. We play through 3. We'll go to the 4th. We stay 1-0 Vandegrifft. You're watching Vandegrifft Vipers baseball on Vype Live. Welcome back to Dripping Springs. We go to the 4th inning on a chilly Saturday afternoon. Merle Bertrand here, happy to be getting underway in baseball season. And it will be 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up here for Vandegrifft. Hudson Lilly, Jack Nelson, Cade Cunningham, and hopefully a few more. How come, here's a question for you, how come songs that aren't cool sound cool at a baseball park? All right, here we go. Here's Hudson Lilly to lead it off. Bunt single back in the second inning. And a line shot that time. Nothing cheap about that one. Slaps it into center field for a leadoff single. So Lilly's starting to get the bat warmed up, and that'll bring up Jack Nelson. Also had a bunt single last at bat.
Number 7, Jack Nelson.
Moore going to run again for Lilly. So Clayton Moore, the Lone Ranger, running for the catcher Hudson Lilly. As Jack Nelson steps in. This baseball team loaded with football players. That one hops and gets away from Webb, and Moore's going to scamper down to second base. Braden Buchanan starting quarterback, Landon Thomason, M.D. Connor, Jack Nelson, Hudson Lilly. There's Moore. 1-0 pitch. High and away ball 2. It's not rare, but not common either at a 6A school to have athletes playing more than one sport. But we saw several football players on the basketball team. Just talked about it on the baseball team. 2-0 pitch. Lays off that off speed and fouls it straight back. 2-1 the count to Nelson. Two balls, one strike. Time is called. As shortstop Alex Montiel sneaking in behind the runner Moore. Two-one pitch, showing bunt, pulls it back. That one goes way back to the screen. And that allows Moore to move up to third base. 3-1 the count to Nelson. Moore standing on third after the single and back-to-back wild pitches. This is tough for pitchers out here, these kind of conditions. Hard to keep the baseball dry. Hard to stay loose. It's a tough day. 3-1 the count to Nelson. That's a good pitch in there for a strike, and the count goes full. Kate Cunningham on deck. Three-two pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pulled the string. And Nelson is out on strikes for out number 1. That'll bring up Cunningham. He struck out in the second 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Number 1, Paige Cunningham.
Lays off that off speed, drives it to the right side. That's going to score the run, and nobody's covering first. So an RBI single for Cunningham. Bit of a mental error there for the Hawks, as the first baseman Raymond went to his right to cover it, and neither his second baseman Jen or the pitcher Lee came over to cover first.
3, Simon Baker.
So it's 2-0 Vandergrift. Cunningham at first base with one away for Simon Baker. Vipers catch a bit of a break. That would have scored the run anyway. That ball slapped to center field. And right into the waiting clutches of Alex Villalobos for out number 2. So 2 outs now. That'll bring up Peyton Grimm, who struck out in the third inning.
Number 18, Peyton Grimm.
Two outs, runner at first for Grimm. Had Cunningham leaning a little bit, but he's able to get back in. There goes the runner on the off-speed pitch, and the throw nowhere close. The Vipers running. Another stolen base. And 1-0 the count to Grimm. Being aggressive on the base pass. One-0 pitch. Turns on that one, lifts it high in the air to the right side. Got underneath it a little bit. And camping out underneath it is Sebastian Montiel to haul it in and retire this side. Swung on, fouled, strike one.
Number 2, Cooper Jen up to bat.
Swing and a miss, strike two to Jen. 0 for 1 in the ball game, flew out to right. Slap to the right side. Connor's going to scoop it up. And he'll step on the bag for the 3 unassisted, 1 away. And that'll bring up Trey Webb with 1 out and the base is empty.
Trey Webb.
Darn it, I keep forgetting to update my scoreboard. Now we do have 1 out. Webb struck out in the first, 0 for 1 in the game, and takes the first pitch outside corner at the letters for strike one. Slow roll to the right side, spins backwards. Nice job there by Dylan Mulcahy coming off the hill on a slippery surface. That ball was headed on the right field line, kind of spun back in like a cue ball towards the pitcher's mound. He gathered himself and made a nice toss over to first base. So 2 up, 2 down for Beck Raymond now. It's one of those plays that is easy to hurry and wind up making a bad throw or just dropping the baseball. Check swing, called strike anyway. Raymond flew out to right in the second inning. High and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Good pitch, strike 2. Down low, 2-2. Think about this. Last year, Braden Buchanan was essentially the number 2 pitcher on the team, number 2, number 3. This is game 3 of the season. He's yet to pitch. I'm not sure if he pitched during some of the exhibition or scrimmages or not, but seems to be a much deeper pitching staff this year than what the Vipers have had the past 2 years, which has been sort of an ace and then other guys in spot roles. Out of play, in the count 2-2. And you can get into the playoffs with that kind of a rotation, but you can't go far into the playoffs when you need that deep staff for game 3. 2-2 pitch. Pokes at that one, shallow to left field, and that ball is going to drop in there for a base hit. Then spins away from the outfield. But Raymond content to hold up at first. And the Hawks have their first hit of the ball game. Just kind of lunged at it. With 2 outs, Raymond's at first, and that'll bring up John Cazares. Toss over to first. Down low, ball 1. Raymond at first, 2 out. 1 ball, no strikes to Cazares. That pitch in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vipers with 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Up high, snapped though down to first, and the runner dives back. 2-1 the count. That's in there for a call strike, and the count 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. Slap foul on the first base side into the Viper dugout and back out again. And the count remains 2-2 to Cazares. Two balls, two strikes, two out here in the fourth inning. The pitch. Down low, ball three. Nice job by Lilly blocking that one, keeping it in front of him, but the count goes full. Big pitch coming up here in this fourth inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Cazares. There goes the runner. That ball lifted in the air to left field. Vipers coming in. It's going to drop in there for a base hit. Now they got to play at third. The throw coming in. It is not in time. Runners at the corners. Cazares just muscled it, got it over the shortstop Baker and in front of Nelson. Dropped it in there. Just kind of an 8-iron. Raymond running all the way. Moves all the way over to third on the play. And here's Sebastian Montiel. Runners at the corners, 2 away. Almost identical golf shots there by the Hawks. That one hit a little bit harder. But Raymond over at third. Cazares at first. No harm done yet. 2 outs. Montiel steps in. He struck out in the second. Wheel and the toss over to first. Runner back. Pitch at the knees, called strike 1 to Montiel. Oh, one pitch. Outside corner, strike 2. Mulcahy 1 strike away from getting out of the jam here in the fourth inning. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners at the corners with 2 away. Swing and a miss, strike 3, but it's a drop third strike. Gets back to the screen. The run is going to score. Tough break there for the Vipers. So strikeout pass ball allows Raymond to score. Cazares moves up to second. Montiel at first. 2-1 now. Trey Vasquez steps into the game, or steps into the plate. And we might have a pitching change here. And we are indeed going to have a pitching change. Asher Miller going to come in and take over pitching duties. We'll step aside, let him get some warm-up tosses in on a chilly afternoon, and be right back. 2-1 Vipers lead, but the Hawks threatening here to tie it up in the bottom of the fourth inning. Vandegrifft Vipers baseball on Vype Live.
Become a Vype insider today. Access breaking news in high school sports. Enjoy premium articles and exclusive coverage written by expert analysts, and watch exclusive videos, documentaries on programs in your area. It's only $2.99 a month if you subscribe for the monthly plan. If you go for the yearly plan, it rounds out to just $1.99 a month. It costs you only $24 a year to get all of your Vype news throughout the entire year. Subscribe today. What are you waiting for? It's less than a cup of coffee a month. Become a Vype insider. $2.99 a month, $23.99 for the whole year. Hey, it's Vype. We will see you at the games.
Welcome back to Dripping Springs. Merle Bertrand here at the ballpark. 2-1 ball game. Hawks still with runners at first and second, 2 away. And Asher Miller making his first appearance of the season. Try to put out the fire. Dylan Mulcahy, he pitched a strong 3 2/3 innings, was cruising into the fourth inning. Got the ground out to first, and then the tap out back to him, 2 quick outs. Then a bloop single and another bloop single, and then a pass ball on a third strike. And all of a sudden it's a 2-1 game. And the pitch count up to 68 pitches. So Coach Hickle will bring in Miller to try to put out the fire. But again, a good performance by Mulcahy. A break here or there, and he'd be sitting in the dugout, and the Vipers will be batting right now in the fifth inning. But a good opportunity for Miller to get some work in, especially since this tournament was shrunk from 5 to 3 games. Speaking of, hopefully it'll be a lot warmer next weekend. When the Vipers take part in the Austin ISD tournament, noon or 2:30 on Thursday against Belton and Del Valle at Del Valle High School. Friday games coming up against Eastview at Eastview, and then at Del Valle again against Westlake on Friday, closing out the tournament Saturday. Trying to call it up on Saturday. Back at Eastview against Pflugerville Weiss. Weather should be a lot nicer next week. And now the umpire checking the equipment of Miller. Not quite sure what they're looking for here. Well, he seems satisfied, so we'll get back to playing baseball here. Trey Vasquez steps in. Runners at first and second, 2 away in a 2-1 ball game. Pitch up high, ball 1. Vasquez walked in the third inning. Good pitch there. Pops the outside corner. Strike 1. One ball, one strike. Wind whipping up a little bit, knocking some rain off the tent. Oh, that looked like a good pitch. Umpire says no, 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Miller 1 strike away from getting out of the jam. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch. Off speed, stays up high, and the count goes full. Alex Villalobos on deck. The Vipers hope to see him in the 5th inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Time is called. Big pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Miller, the pitch. Swung on, foul tip. He hangs alive. We'll do it again. Runners at first and second. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Miller has a sign, wheels, and nobody covering second. Miller from the belt. The pitch. Oh, that was a good-looking pitch. The umpire says no, and the bases are loaded. Wow. So Vasquez aboard with a walk. And that'll bring up Alex Villalobos. Bases loaded, 2 away. That pitch down low, ball 1, and Miller a little frustrated. Strike zone is definitely tightened up. One and 0 the count. Foul, back to the screen, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded, 2 away, 2-1 ball game, 1 ball, 1 strike. Miller the pitch. Up high, ball 2. Two-one pitch. Up high, ball 3. 3-1 the count. Three-one pitch. Right down the pipe, strike 2. Back-to-back full counts. Runners will be off of the pitch now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded here in the 4th. Miller's got the sign. The 3-2 pitch on its way. Fouled out of play. We'll do it again. Everybody's reset. Here we go again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Down low, ball 4, we're tied. Two-two ball game. Base is still loaded for Thimo Lopez.
Number 6, Thimo Lopez.
Misses outside, ball 1. Sebastian Montiel now at third. Vasquez at second. Villalobos at first with 2 outs. Low and away, and the count 2-0. Thank you, Jennifer. Asher Mueller is how it's pronounced. I kept thinking his dad, Steven, when he was setting up the tent, and he never corrected me on his pronunciation, darn him. So my apologies. Asher Mueller, the pitcher. Behind in the count, 2-0 here to Lopez. Didn't get the call on Vasquez that he should have gotten. Battled Villalobos. Now he's behind in the count, 2-0 here to Lopez. Up high, ball 3. So Mueller have to dig deep here. Base is still loaded. Now behind in the count, 3-0. Taken all the way, and that's a strike. 3-1. May have been a bit of a 3-0 strike. Three balls, one strike. High and away, ball 4. And the Hawks have the lead as Sebastian Montiel comes home with the third run of the ball game.
Back to the top with number 15, Alex Montiel.
And the Hawks sending their 9th batter to the plate. And we might have a pitching change here as Coach Hickel making his way out. Inning started so quietly. 3 unassisted ground out and a tap out to the pitcher. Then a couple of bloop singles, a pass ball on a third strike. And now 3 straight walks. And Hayes is up now 3-2. And Alex Montiel will step in. 0 for 2 in the ball game. He struck out twice. Curveball stays up high, ball 1. And now we're going to have the pitching change. Second visit of the inning. And Asher Mueller will come out of the ball game. He should have got that called strike to end the inning to Vasquez, but he didn't get it. 3 times a year. Thank you, Grandma. With age comes wisdom. All right. Montiel steps back in. 1 ball, no strikes. And the first pitch from Jordan. High and away, ball 2. That's a good-looking pitch at the knees, called strike. 2 balls and a strike to Montiel. Bases loaded, 2 balls and a strike. Down low, ball 3. Three-one pitch. Hit in the air to dead away center field. And getting a late break on it was Peyton Grimm. He took a step back, and then adjusted, came in time to make the catch and end the inning. But not before the Hayes Hawks pick up 3 runs. They get them on just 2 hits, no errors, 3 runners left on base. 3 walks and a pass ball, 3rd strike. So the Vipers have some work to do. We'll go to the 5th inning down for the first time, I think, in the tournament. You're watching Vandegrifts Vipers Baseball on Vype Live.
What is Vype Live? Vype Live is one of the largest and most respected broadcast and live stream networks in the state of Texas. Vype Live broadcasts any sport you can think of for youngsters of any age, from Pee Wee and Pop Warner to high school, club, college, semi-pro, and beyond. We also broadcast plenty of academic, fine arts, and community-related events as well, and now as partners with Flow Sports. Email us at info@vypemedia.com to find out more. Vype Live, we bring your teams to you.
Hawks, it is Walker. I don't have a first name for him. I'll see if I can find that here. Nope, they're not on there, so. Bear with me here. I'm going to do a little research on the fly. But the Vipers trail for the first time this afternoon, 3-2 as we move to the top half of the 5th inning. And Vandegrift will send up the top of the order. So here we go. Braden Buchanan to lead off the Viper half of the 5th inning. Looks at the first pitch inside, ball 1.
Number 5, Braden Buchanan.
Solid 4 innings of work for Cullen Lee. Gave up 2 runs on 6 hits, scattered throughout the 4 innings of work. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to Buchanan. One ball, 1 strike. Good pitch at the knees, called strike 2. Buchanan 2 for 2 in the game, a couple of singles. Looks at that pitch up high, and the count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Misses outside, and the count goes full. See how the Vipers respond. Behind for the first time in this season. 3-2 pitch. In there, called strike 3. Buchanan is out on strikes for out number 1. And that'll bring up Gavin Shaddix with 1 away.
Number 10, Gavin Shaddix.
Shaddix 0 for 1. Hit by a pitch in the third. Taps that one, slow roller, and it's going to go foul. Unfortunately for him, he would have beat it out easily. Strike 1. Oh, and 1 to Shaddix. Lifts that one foul out of play to the right side, and the count 0 and 2. The man, the myth, the legend, Melvin Jones, voice of the Dripping Springs Tigers, making his way up. That pitch spins Shaddix off to the side, and the count 1 and 2. Melvin will have the Dripping Springs Elgin game coming up at the conclusion of this one on Vype if you haven't had enough baseball. And that one poked out a play to the right side. The count remains 1 and 2 to Shaddix. Poked in the air to the right side. Drifting back and now moving to his right as the wind blows it away from him a little bit. Sebastian Montiel hauls it in for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Landon Thomason.
Number 4, Landon Thomason.
Thompson 0 for 2, did reach on an error in the third. And that pitch way outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. All speed stays up high, 2-0. Two-0 pitch, swing and a miss, and the count 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Down low, ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike to Thomason. Down low, ball 4, and Thomason's aboard with the tying run. That'll bring up M.D. Connor. 0 for 2 in the game. Grounded out to second, struck out looking in the third. That's actually a pinch hitter.
Tyler Hubbard.
Tyler Hubbard going to come in here to bat for Connor. Hubbard, a couple of outstanding defensive plays in center field in the earlier game against the Dripping Springs Tigers. That pitch up high, ball 1. Toss over to first, runner back. Thompson at first with 2 outs. Oh boy, they call that a strike. That pitch was up chin high. 1-1 the count. I know Tyler Hubbard's a tall young man, but come on. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's what happens. You got to swing up high to protect up high after a call like that. 1-2 the count now. One-two pitch. And that's going to be a balk. Thomason induced a balk. He started to go. And Walker flinched in mid-motion. And the tying run's at second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hubbard. Let's see if the Vipers can capitalize and tie this thing back up. The 1-2 pitch. Pivot, and they throw. They throw it out into left field, and they're going to give him third base. They called another balk. I'm not sure about that one. So kind of an awkward-looking spin move. I've seen that done countless times. I'm not sure what the call was here, but they did call it a balk, so runner at third. So the Vipers have the tying run 90 feet away. The count remains 1-2 on Hubbard. One-two pitch. Up high, ball 2. 2-2. Hudson Lilly on deck for the Vipers. Two-two pitch. Pokes into the air to center field. Center fielder Villalobos coming in. Ooh. Ball kind of sailed away on him at the last second, but he stayed with it and made the catch to retire the side. So in the inning for the Vipers, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. We'll keep it here as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Still 3-2 in favor of Hawks with 3 runs on just 2 hits as Cooper Ginn leads it off. Pitch high and away, ball 1. Ginn 0 for 2, flew out to right, grounded out to first in the last inning. Pitch misses outside, ball 2. High inside, 3-0. Silver lining, I guess. That's what these tournament games are also for. Coach is getting a chance to see who can come in and give him a couple innings. Hubbard trying to work quickly. 3 balls and no strikes, and now he calls time. .30 pitch. A low ball 4. And the 5th inning picking up where the 4th inning left off. Puts Ginn aboard, and that'll bring up Trey Webb. 0 for 2, struck out and tapped out to the pitcher in the 4th inning. Showing bunt, and that bunted in front of him. They're going to go down to second. They got him just in time, and it's go. Could have been a double play. Safe at first. I thought it was a foul ball, and so did Trey Webb. He wasn't running because he thought it was a foul ball. Kind of an odd-looking play all the way around. Webb squared up the bunt. Webb shaking up a little bit. It looks like he got it off of his hand a little bit. Now Coach Hickel wanting an explanation. It looks like it's going to be a force at second base, which if they do call that a fair ball, the Vipers were able to barely get the lead runner. Wasn't pretty, but it looks like a 2-6 force to get Ginn. Webb will be at first on the fielder's choice with 1 away, and actually the courtesy runner is going to come in and run for him. So it looks like it's going to be a runner at first with 1 out. Umpires are getting frustrated. Coach Hickel out there wondering why it wasn't a double play or the batter out. And after all that, it's going to stay where it is right now. Beck Raymond will step in, 1 out, runner at first. Try to get the number of the runner over at first. Slapper to the right side, and they're going to tag the runner. The throw to first, in time for the double play. How about that? The 4-3 double play. Gavin Shaddix putting the tag on the runner coming off of first for out number 2 and tosses it over to MD Counter for the 3 double play, and the inning is over. Maybe that'll spark the Viper bats to get back on track. We played through 5. We'll go to the 6th. Still 3-2 in favor of Hayes. You're watching Vandergrift Vipers baseball on Vype Live. Welcome back to Dripping Springs. We move to the bottom half of the fifth inning in a 3-2 ball game. Looking around, see if I can pick up on some changes here for Hayes, if they've made any. Middle of the infield looks the same. Still have Raymond over at first base. Walker still on the hill for the Hawks. And Lopez still over at third base. Might have a different catcher coming in. Webb seemed to be shaken up on that odd bunt play. Sebastian Montiel still out in right field. Vasquez still out in left from what I can see. Get my scoreboard updated here. Again, big thanks to Jennifer Farrow and Stephen Mueller and everybody with the Vandegrift Baseball Booster Club for having us out here this year once again. All these tournament games will be on Vype.com. And then once we move to district play, they'll stay on Vype, but we'll also have them on the old KMAX Sports website, VipeLive.com. And those games will be free for everybody. Looking forward to starting district play. I think it's a week from Tuesday, if I remember right, at Round Rock. Right after next week's tournament, before the final tournament of the year, they sneak in a district play, a district game, and I think the Vipers open up on the road at Round Rock, if memory is correct. More of our baseball teams come on live next week. McNeil will join the fray. Dripping Springs starts their district play again. Liberty Hill will start up their season. Bowie back with us. Cedar Park, of course. Friendswood out of Houston. A lot of games for Elgin, Manor, New Tech, Pflugerville ISD. Going to be a busy spring. If you like baseball, Vype Live is the place to be. Hudson Lilly steps in to lead it off here to start the sixth inning. Had a good game, 2 for 2 with a run scored, and looks at the first pitch inside corner, strike one. High and away, ball one. Pitch at the eyes, 2 balls and a strike. I guess technically Lilly is 2 for 2, but the run was scored by Clayton Moore, courtesy running for him. If you're keeping score at home, which I'm sure Jennifer Farrow is. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Lilly. Bounces it in the carpet, and the count goes full to the Viper catcher. Mentioned earlier, all the football players on this baseball team. Lilly, a third-string quarterback, starting punter. A lot of talented multi-sport athletes. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Chopper to the left side, scooped up by Lopez, and a long throw to first to get Lilly. Nice play, 5-3 put out, 1 away. That'll bring up Jack Nelson with 1 out.
Number 7, Josh Nelson.
So Nelson will step in, bunt single, and a strikeout in the ball game. Shows bunt again, and the pitch way up high and sails back to the screen, ball 1. Walker with a big grin on his face. Best part about a pitch like that is it can only be a ball once. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Tell you what, kudos to these guys for playing in these conditions. Kudos to the fans for coming out and supporting their teams. It's easy to come out when it's 75 degrees in San Diego weather. 1 ball, 1 strike. Showing bunts it in the air, and that is a fair ball. That's a fair ball. Coming out trying to make the basket catch was the catcher. Couldn't make the play, and he touched it in fair territory, so that's going to be an E2. And Nelson's aboard. That'll bring up Cade Cunningham. Cunningham, 1 for 2 with an infield single and an RBI. That pitch up high, ball 1. Guerrero, the new catcher. Hope Trey Webb's injury isn't anything serious. And that pitch in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nelson represents the tying run at first base with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. That ball line shot and climbing the ladder, making the catch and throw to first. Not in time. Nelson had to scamper back. What a play by Cooper Ginn. That ball was destined for right center field and a base hit. Ginn timed his leap perfectly and made the catch 2 away.
Number 3, Simon Baker.
So 2 outs now for Simon Baker. Cunningham got the barrel of the bat on the baseball. Unfortunately for him, Ginn was in the way. So 2 outs now. Nelson still stuck at first. Did a good job scrambling back to avoid being doubled up. Dancing around out there, draws the attention of Walker. Viper bench, of course, calling for a balk. Off-speed floats high over the head of Simon Baker. Ball 1. Swung on. Good cut. Fouls it back to the screen. Strike 1. Dripping Springs fans showing up with their space heaters and bottles of propane. You live out here in the hill country, you know how to survive weather like this. One ball, 1 strike to Baker. There goes the runner. Pitch up high, ball 2. The throw down to second. Not going to be in time, and the Vipers have the tying run in scoring position. Good jump by Nelson. Picked a good pitch to go on. And now the hitters count. 2 balls and a strike to Baker with a tying run in scoring position. Two balls, 1 strike. Fouls it back to the screen to the count 2-2. Baker 1 for 2, singled in the 3rd. Flew out to center in the 4th. Guerrero going out to talk to Walker. May have been expecting a different pitch there. First baseman Becker Raymond and right fielder Sebastian Montiel doing jumping jacks to stay warm. Rain has stopped, fortunately. Got nasty there in the early portion of this ball game. The temperature has increased to a balmy 38 degrees. 2-2 pitch with 2 away. Ooh, laid off the off-speed pitch. Hayes fans wanted the strike. Didn't give it to Mulcahy. Doesn't give it to Walker. 3 balls and 2 strikes. popped up on the infield. It could be a little bit of trouble backing up. And coming on and making the catch is Montiel. Cooper Ginn had a beat on it, but he gave way at the last second to Montiel. Montiel's play to make, and he makes it. So no runs for the Vipers, no hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. We'll go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Got to keep it within 1. Tyler Hubbard will work his 2nd inning of work. An unconventional 1-2-3 inning last time. 6 pitches in that inning. A leadoff walk to Cooper Ginn on 4 pitches. And then he got the next 2 batters out on 2 pitches. Braden Buchanan has checked into the ball game, it looks like. Now he started as a DH. Looks like he's going to move over to first base. See if we see any other changes. Pinch hitter here, Martinez stepping in. And that one fouled straight by Sales, high and away, ball 1. That's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one hits him. So Martinez comes in and gets plunked. And that'll bring up Sebastian Montiel.
Number 11, Sebastian Montiel.
So here's Montiel, runner at first base. 0 for 2 in the game, officially struck out twice, but that strikeout on the pass ball in the 4th inning unleashed the floodgates for the 3 runs for Hayes. Pitch sails out high, ball 1. Snap though down to first, and they got him! Much to the displeasure of the Hayes fans. Catcher to catcher. Quarterback to quarterback. Lilly firing a strike down to Buchanan. And it goes as a 2-3 pickoff, 1 away. And the count 1-0 to Sebastian Montiel. Now 2-0. Up high in the count 3-0. So Tyler Hubbard has gotten base runners on in each of the first 2 innings so far. It keeps getting them retired in unconventional fashion. Another 4-pitch walk. So 1 out, 1 aboard for Trey Vasquez.
Number 7, Trey Vasquez.
Again, tournament play coming up next week. 5 games on the schedule for you, 2 Thursday, 2 Friday, and 1 Saturday. There's rumors of a added game Monday night at Westlake. Keep an eye out for that if it happens. Showing bunt, and that snap throw down to first, not in time this time, as Vasquez has to spin out of the way of the pitch. 1 ball, no strike. I might thaw out by Monday. Good pitch. And then for a strike. 1-1 the count to Vasquez. 0 for 2, reached on a walk twice. One ball, 1 strike. Little high, 2-1. So Braden Buchanan playing first base, taking over for M.D. Connor. Looking around to see if there's any other changes on the defense. That's in there for a strike, and the count 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Vasquez. A pie ball 3, snap throw down again. I tell you what, Hudson Lilly is not afraid to throw it down there. Neither is Buchanan when he's behind the dish. And they're making them close. Picked off a couple already here in these 2 games. Full count now to Vasquez. Hubbard calls time. Elgin Wildcats in the house. Their bus is pulling in behind us here at the ballpark. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 away. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Hubbard getting his first strike out of the ball game for out number 2.
Number 16, Alex Villalobos.
Alex Villalobos will step in. 0 for 1 in the game. Walked with the bases loaded for an RBI last inning. Comes up here with 2 outs and a runner at first. Looking ahead to the Vipers' 7th. It'll be 9-1 and 2 hitters. Vandegrift will need at least 1 to extend the game. 2 to try to take the lead if they can hold Hayes in check here for this final out. Strike 1 to Villalobos.
Hawks win 3-2.
Well, that's the ball game. They have it on a timer. I wasn't sure if they were or not. So that's going to do it. Got so caught up in the ball game, I forgot about that part of it. But it's going to be a 3-2 win. Hayes gets the win here over the Vandegrift Vipers on a timed ball game here in the 6th inning. And that's going to do it for us here today. So for Hayes, 3 runs on 2 hits. Couple of errors, I think. For the Vandegrift Vipers, they got 2 runs on 2, 4, 6 hits in the ball game. Hayes improves to 2-1 of the season. The Vipers dropped to 2-1 on the season. Again, tournament play coming up again next week on Vype.com. Those will be more pay-per-view broadcasts here, but if you already have a subscription, it's good for the month. That'll be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we'll keep an eye out and an ear out for the added game against Westlake on Monday. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. I want to thank Nathan Nunez, our QA, for the early game. The coach, Les Clary, for our taking over for the second game. Thank everybody here at Dripping Springs for all their hospitality. Jennifer Farrow, Stephen Mueller, everybody with the Vandegrift Vipers Baseball Booster Club. And our technical director, Suna Vincott, for making everything run so smoothly for us here at Vype Live. My name is Merle Bertrand, signing out from Dripping Springs. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of your weekend, gets a chance to thaw out, and